Hey guys, welcome back to what might be the last ever Amazon review 1 year later video. So if you've been following me for a little while, you know that about every 6 months, I do a review of the items that I bought on Amazon a year prior and talk about like how I like them, am I still using them, etc. So I just want to preface this video by saying that this might be the last one of these that I do here, because starting in 2025, I chose to vote with my dollars and limited my use of Amazon. So I didn't really buy anything from Amazon in 2025 except for like a couple essential items or things I legitimately couldn't find anywhere else. So what did I do instead? I either didn't buy things, which is great for your wallet, or I went directly to a brand's website in a lot of cases. So if you're interested, I can do a video about how my shopping habits changed in general in the past year. So let me know if that's something you're interested in. But in the meantime, I am going to present my July through December 2024 Amazon purchases and, you know, where I am with them at the moment. So the first two items are actually two pairs of like anti-chafing shorts for under dresses and things. I have the Bluein breathable anti-chafing shorts and the Bluein cooling anti-chafing shorts. So the breathable ones actually turned out to be one of my favorites. I was not really sure because they have that wide lacy band across the leg openings, and I really thought that was going to be like bothersome or itchy, but it's very soft. So I really like those, and they really are breathable, because when you're wearing those, it's probably because you're wearing something, you know, in the summertime and getting sweaty, and it has definitely become a habit of mine now over the past couple of years to wear little shorts like that under skirts and dresses, especially in the summer. So I really like those. And then the cooling ones, which I got again because I was concerned about like how are they going to feel in the summertime. Those are really nice too. They have kind of like a scalloped border almost on the leg edge, which is supposed to like help hold them down so they don't roll up or ride up, and they don't. The only reason I don't wear those as much as some of my others is just because they are a little longer, and so you know, if your skirt or dress is shorter, then they'll stick out the bottom. So I would go with those if wearing a longer skirt, but otherwise I really like the breathable ones, and actually I have some other anti-chafing shorts now that I really like as well. So next is the Berga phone case in this really pretty aqua kind of marbly design, which I always get phone cases in this design, and I really like the case, but the design kind of faded, like especially where my hand grips it, that it's like white almost. So I stopped using the case, but I did use it quite a lot, and it's still fine. It just like makes me sad that the design faded. I thought that was like a good brand, so I don't know. But yeah, do I recommend it? Maybe not, because I have never had a phone case where the design like rubbed off like that. Well, this is kind of interesting. So these are replacement Clarisonic brush heads, sensitive heads, and I've used a Clarisonic brush for years, and I kind of go on and off because I know, especially now, like the thinking is it's not really that good for your skin, but man, like it really works for me, and I do kind of notice when I stop using it. So I have been using it, and of course they don't really make it anymore, so they don't make the brush heads. I found these on Amazon and they look very similar, but I still had one box of my, you know, actual Clarisonic brand ones, and you can tell when you hold the boxes side by side, like they are not the same. Like the font is weird, the, you know, the printing's weird, the stuff that's written on them is weird. So you can definitely tell that they are not official Clarisonic brand. They work fine, they fit fine on the thing. I guess the price is good. Would I buy them again? Like, I guess I have to, because they don't make the actual brand anymore. But I would avoid it, I guess. And I am looking for alternatives, but I do really like my Clarisonic still. Okay, this acrylic dish wand holder. So we use a dish wand in our kitchen sink, and it has kind of like a wide handle because it's the kind that you put soap into the handle. We've had it for years. We've had it for like over 15 years. And it's hard to find a holder for it because the handle's like big. So I had one for many years. It was actually supposed to be a sponge holder. It broke. And I went on this odyssey of trying to find replacements for it. So this is actually one of like a few things that I bought, and I'm not even going to talk about all of them, but this one like worked okay for a little while. It has like a hole that you drop the brush down into, and it did fit our brush, but it uses suction cups, and just keep that in mind because we have a stainless steel sink and suction cups don't really stick to it that well for any of these like, you know, contraptions. So it was always falling down. Still, the one that we had previously was held on by magnets, so just keep that in mind because we will revisit this in the future. If you have a sink made out of material that suction cups stick to, I'm sure this thing will be great. Next up is the Banilla Clean It Zero cleansing balm. So I've been using cleansing balm as a makeup remover and doing like a double cleanse of the balm and then like my usual facial soap. And the one that I had been using for a few years, of course, went out of business. So I had to find something different. So this one is like a Korean beauty brand, I think, and gets recommended a lot. So I did like it, and I actually, I have another one in my closet right now waiting for me whenever I finish using up what I'm using now. But this one, yeah, I guess it's pretty good. I like the balms, you know, that come in like a big tub of like, it's almost solid, because then you really just need the tiniest little bit, and it really does, you know, kind of melt off your makeup. So yeah, obviously I like it because I have another one waiting for me to use. The Perfect Hair Care Towel. I guess I had heard about these, you know, I was going through a curly wavy hair journey over the past few years, and I still do it wavy from time to time, obviously not today. But you know, you're supposed to dry your hair in a certain way and use certain materials on it, and I kept seeing this recommended because it has like so many wonderful features that make it perfect for doing your, you know, your wavy hair drying. And like, it's nice, but I actually have like cheap weird towels that I like even better. So it's made out of like a really smooth, thin material. It's not like an absorbent towel. It's like the kind of microfiber little cloth that you like clean your glasses with. It's like that material. It's very large and thin, and then it has like at the back there's like a little drawstring, and so you flip your hair upside down, plop it, pull the towel back, and then you tuck it into this drawstring area, and then that kind of holds it on your head in like a turban shape, which is fine, it works great. But actually the cheapy ones that I prefer just have like a piece of elastic on the back that you can jam the towel through, so you're not like messing with a drawstring, so it's a little easier. I don't know, if you're like really super into doing your curly wavy hair, then it's great. I still use them, and I got the 2-pack, so I use them. They're in my rotation, but they're just like not my 100% favorite towels that I use. So I don't know that I would call it perfect. If it had elastic instead of that drawstring, I might like it more. Okay, the Colorful Koala leggings. These are the Colorful Koala women's high-waisted 7/8 length leggings with pockets, and a lot of people say that they are dupes to a lot of things. I actually just watched a video recently where somebody disassembled like a pair of Lululemon leggings and then compared them to other like viral kind of discount brand leggings, and the Colorful Koala ones I think came out pretty good in the rating, but you know, nothing was the same as Lululemon. I've never used Lululemon, so I don't know, but I really like these, and I have tried a lot of leggings. So I'm not like an everyday leggings wearer, but these definitely became like my favorite ones for now. And I've really gotten into ones that have a little pocket for your phone, or you know, whatever little small thing you want to carry. I also like that these came in a lot of colors, so I got, of course, my basic black, but also this very pretty deep violet color. the Sinjamoru phone strap, you know that this comes up in every one of these videos. This is the one thing that I had to buy on Amazon this past year that I just can't find anywhere else. I guess I go through these about every 6 months. It's just a little rubber strap. It goes through your phone case and it just gives you that little extra grip. When I got this particular phone, it's like a slight bit too large for me to just comfortably hold in my hand and use and trust that I'm not going to drop it. So having just this little extra bit of support really helps. And it does, you know, your phone still lays flat. I use like wireless charging. It doesn't interfere with that. So I really like these. They do just like break or stretch out after a while. So that's why I keep replacing them. But I highly recommend these straps. And the Gimme Beauty fine hair ties. I actually have one of these on my wrist right now. These are my go-to favorite. I've also used many hair ties in my life, and I do have fine hair, and this is one of the few that doesn't just like slide right out of your hair. I like that they come in, you know, you can get them in like different shades of blondes or browns, so I like that you can kind of blend it with your hair. It's something else that I might have to resort to Amazon if I can't find somewhere else. So it's, you know, another thing that I do just go through on a regular basis for sure. Okay, this like square cosmetic bag, I wasn't really sure what to call it. And, you know, the Amazon names are always crazy. But I actually had like a little bit smaller version of one of these that I had gotten somewhere else. And I like that, you know, it's kind of like a rectangular hard-sided shape, and then you unzip it like on a diagonal and it just folds fully open, because I was finding that when I did my makeup, you know, I would take all my stuff, I had it on the little makeup bag, and I would like set it all out in the order that I wanted to use it, and then, you know, use it and put it back in the bag. And I was like, why don't I just get a thing that just opens and then it can be in there in the order that I want, and then I just close it back up. So I do really like the functionality of the bag. But I just wanted a little bit bigger one, so I found this. Also, this is made out of a more wipeable material, and the first one that I had was kind of like a fabric, and it was getting kind of grimy just from having like makeup stuff in it. So anyway, I really like this style of bag. This one, because it's a little larger, does have like one divider between the two sides of the bag when you open it, and it also has like some little inner pockets, a little inner zipper pocket, and a couple little pouches on one side, which helps you just organize things a little more. So I really like it. I keep like all of my brushes and things on one side, and then all of my, you know, kind of like powder palette things on the other side. And this is just for my like everyday makeup. So a lot of times if I'm using like a different eyeshadow palette or something, you know, I'll bring this case plus my eyeshadow palette with me to get ready. This is a little big for traveling, especially because I do like to kind of pack small and travel light. So I don't use this for travel, but it would be great for travel if you wanted to travel with like this quantity of stuff as well. So this one is cool. This is the Lanbrella, like inverted folding umbrella. So I always have a folding umbrella. I think my previous one had just died, and I have one of those like inside out umbrellas, but it's like a full length one. But you know, you like pop it open and the wet part stays on the inside, so you're not getting wet. I don't know, they're very clever. A lot of people have them now, and I was like, of course, you know, a folding automatic one that also stays, you know, inside out. So it's really nice. It opens and closes automatically, and just with a button. And so it's really nice when you're getting in your car, for example, because then you have your umbrella above you, you hit the button to close it, all the wet stays inside, and then you can, you know, bring the umbrella into your car, rather than closing it and then the outside part is still on the outside and then you like drip it across your car. This comes in a gazillion colors and really cute prints too, like little, you know, because you're gonna see what's on the inside of it. So there's different like floral prints, or like sunny skies or night skies or whatever. I just got a plain solid colored one, but it's really cool, and it's, you know, it's been holding up fine for at least the past year and some months. The Powicom KN95 masks are the ones that we use. Yeah, we're still wearing masks. Guys, have you seen how many people have the flu and COVID and everything right now? So like, yeah, of course we're wearing masks. But we've been using these KN95 ones for several years now. I buy them like by the 10 pack. They come in other different colors. I usually get black. You can order them from some other online sources as well. So I'm not getting them from Amazon, you know, as of this year. But yeah, they've been my go-to, and I'm actually very glad to see that they often come up in lists of like the best masks, because you know, the first time I ordered them off Amazon, I just randomly got them on Amazon. So I'm glad to see that they actually are like a good and legitimate mask brand. So these support earring backs are really cool. I got them because I got this very beautiful but very heavy pair of earrings, and I realized like my ears are not going to support these. So they have like, you put the ear post through a little rubber, like a regular kind of rubber back, but then they have this extra little metal piece that goes up at the top. So it kind of braces it against your earlobe. I'm probably not explaining well, but you know, if you have like big heavy earrings, you'll figure it out. And it definitely does make them more comfortable to wear. They feel more supported. They're not gonna like droop and drag. Like, you know, I'm worried about like, is it gonna you know, pull my ear holes? So definitely feel a lot better about wearing large or heavy earrings when I have those on. Or if you do just have like problems with your ear piercings and things do kind of hang, give those a try as well, because you know, they might just make things sit a little nicer on your earlobe. The Uniball 1P pen is so cute. I saw it, you know, I go down these like stationary rabbit holes, and I saw it and just thought it was so cute, and it comes in these cute colors, and it's only about like this big and kind of chubby. It takes like very generic ink refills, so I've never really gotten into like the refillable pen game, because I didn't want to, you know, get locked into like having to get a certain kind of ink, but like the refills are no problem. And I just really love the little small size. So like sometimes if you just want to take, like, you know, I use a planner at work, and if I just want to bring like one pen, I would just clip that little pen onto it rather than bring like a whole pencil case. So yeah, very cute little pen, very like fun to use. The Bag Wizard laptop tote, guys, you've heard me talk about this a couple times now, because I used it for work for quite a while. I've gone to another bag now, and if you go back a couple videos, you'll probably see me go through like my whole evolution of work totes, but I do really like this one, and it's like such a cheapy little thing, and it feels like it shouldn't be as good as it is, but it really is very good. I mean, it's held up great. I used it for I mean, well over a year straight. I'm not gentle with it, and it, you know, there's not even like a sign of wear on the bottoms or the corners or anything. It has great organization and pockets and a laptop sleeve. So yeah, I really recommend it. I just switched off because I can just never be satisfied with anything, but I would absolutely go back to that tote bag. This Whitmore foldable garment rack you have definitely seen in many of my previous videos. I actually bought it at the end of 2024 because I was doing my first big Quince video, and I was like, I have so many pieces of clothing, I just need a, you know, clothes rack to hang them on. And man, if I had held on to those LuLaRoe clothing racks from 10 years ago, I would have already had one, but I didn't. This is great. It folds up almost flat. Obviously it's not for like heavy duty use, long-term storage. It is very much just relies on the pressure of like these two little plastic joints. So like, don't hang your entire wardrobe on it. But if you're doing something like just filming a video, or if you want to pull out like a capsule wardrobe, or you're using it to like sort out your closet and you want to like hold certain things in one place while you work with other stuff, it's perfect for that. And then you can just fold it very compactly and slide it into a little corner somewhere. It does have the little wheels, which I like. I think they have like a number of different versions of racks. Let me see. Yeah, they have a bunch of different ones. So I'm posting the one that I have, which folds flat and has little wheels, but they have other ones that are like bigger, different colors, don't have wheels, have different like shelves and things on the bottom. So, you know, I can't vouch for those, but the one that I got is perfect for what I use it for. And the Texu velvet hangers, same thing. I got them when I did that Quince video because I was like, oh, I'm gonna need a bunch of hangers for this. I like the color. When I originally started using like the velvet hangers many years ago, I was able to buy them in this turquoise color and get them really in bulk. So I always try to go for turquoise if it's available, but a lot of my velvet hangers are black as well. So I like that they had them in bulk in a fun color, and they work great. We've had some velvet hangers that like you look at them weird and the hook just pops off. So these don't do that. They've been holding up fine. I use them when I do videos and I need like a large quantity of hangers, then I have them, but also they've just made their way into my regular closet. So I can say they definitely stand up to like regular daily use. Okay, these are the Hero Cosmetics Mighty Patch hydrocolloid acne patches. So I had tried a different Mighty Patch product a while ago and it was like a nose strip, and I didn't like the way that it fit on my nose. But these are just the little circle patches that you just put directly on a pimple, and I really like them. I've tried a number of different brands of these. They're definitely the way to go now. Gone are the days of like acne cream spots all over your face. They work really quick, they stay on well, and yeah, they're like one of my favorite new face care things. I never know how to pronounce this brand, if it's like Boy or Bowie, but it's the Boy USA flat body scrubber. So I think I'm on like my third one of these now, and it basically replaces your like shower loofah. So it looks weird and hard to use. They make two versions of it. One has like a ring, it's like a flat circle. One has a ring on the back that you can put your finger through and hold it that way. I prefer this one that has kind of three little openings in the edge of the circle, and you can sort of like almost hold it like a bowling ball with like a couple fingers and your thumb, and then you just hold it like a washcloth or a scrubber. I just put my soap directly on it and kind of like rub it against itself and foam it up. They last a super long time, and this brand has like a circular system where you can send back your old ones. I actually have a couple old ones in an envelope because I held off on returning them until I thought I was going to have more, but I need to get those sent back. I got my husband one as well, so he has a different color. You can hang them. They kind of like stick up on the tile wall if you want to just stick it. I usually lay mine on a like open shelf in my shower, but yeah, they work really, really well. And I mean, I've gone through 3 and it's been like 15-20 years at this point. So yeah, I definitely recommend them if you want to do something like a little more environmentally friendly than like releasing all the plastics of those shower poofs. So these are the Shoe and Tail slouchy mid-calf boots, round toe boots. And I got these because I wanted boots that I could wear with actually my Quince silk skirt that is a midi skirt, and so I thought having like a little bit shorter boot would like be the right height. Ended up not liking them with a skirt, but they're great with my jeans and other pants, so they're very comfy and I do like to wear them, just not with what I had originally intended them to go with. Okay, so remember when I was talking about our kitchen dish wand before? Now we have the Happy Sinks magnetic sponge holder. Magnetic. So the one that I talked about before that stuck on with a suction cup doesn't really work on our sink. Our original one had a magnet, and I finally found another thing that uses a magnet. So you put it on the side of your sink, and then there's another magnet that you kind of like, you know, reach up inside your cabinet and put it on the outside side of your sink, and that really holds it in place. And they're very strong magnets, and it really works very well, and it's not going anywhere. So this is meant for sponge, and it's sort of like an open V shape. I turn it on its side, and then we can put our dish wand like balanced in it. So it's not ideal, but it works fine. Like I'm looking at the kitchen sink right now, like we still use it. So I recommend it. And if you use sponges or anything too, it obviously would be great for that. So you know what's funny is I don't usually include in these like things that I really just didn't like and returned immediately. I did not like these, but this is the 15-piece flat hair clip, large claw clips set for women. So I use these flat hair clips. I think they're the brand Kitsch. They just come in like a set of 2, and I've gone through a couple sets at this point. I love them, these big wide flat ones to clip up my hair, because they just like slide right in and they're flat, so they're comfortable. Obviously I wouldn't like lay my head right on it, but you know, if you lean back, it's not gonna like jab you in the skull. So I really like this style of clip. They're a little expensive for 2, so I saw this 15 of them in all different sizes. They are just not the same. And I don't know what's different, because I really like held them side by side with my Kitsch ones, and like they look the same, they feel the same, the, you know, teeth and combs and everything are the same, but they just don't glide through my hair like my other ones do. So they were just like very difficult to use, because they kind of almost got like stuck in my hair as I was sliding it through. So I ended up, I think I kept like a couple of the smaller ones, because they are nice to clip my hair up if I'm doing it wavy and I want to just kind of like clip it up out of the way. So I kept a couple small ones, but the rest of them I gave away in my local Buy Nothing group, actually. So hopefully whoever took them, hopefully they work out better for them. But it's a shame, they visually, like, they look identical to the brand name ones. They just don't have the same glide. And we're talking about masks again. If you are flying on an airplane or around a sick person or doing something where you want even more protection, the 3M Aura mask always gets recommended as an N95 respirator mask. And so we have a couple boxes of these. Definitely recommend them. We have used them for travel and things like that. And again, they worked fine for us. So those are the ones that always get recommended. They're comfortable and I recommend them as well. This is the Mybori makeup brush cleaner, like color changer system. So I've been using these for years, and it's a set that comes with like a little metal tin and then these kind of mesh inserts that you, when you have powder or something on your brush, your makeup brush, you rub it against the mesh insert and it kind of cleans off, you know, most of the powder, most of the color, so that you can either just to keep your brushes clean, or if you want to use the same brush and like switch between colors, you kind of like rub it on the mesh in between. And then all that powder sort of collects in the bottom of the tin, and periodically you can take out the mesh spongy part and wash it, and then whatever's in the tin you can just like dump and wash out the tin. So I've had one of these for a long time. I'm down to my very last mesh spongy part, so that's why I had to buy a whole new set, because I don't think they sell just the spongies. But really, like, my tin part is fine. I just needed more of the inserts. And then we have my very favorite jeans, the Angels Forever Young women's 360 sculpt skinny mid-rise jeans. So this is so random. I got a pair of these jeans at TJ Maxx several years ago. Love them. They are still my favorite jeans. And, you know, I found the brand and I found the style, and just like none of them are the same. So I've gone through so many of these Angels Forever Young jeans, and I only have, I think, like 3 pairs that are the actual style that I originally got and liked. The other ones are labeled the same, but they are just not the same jeans. Like, the stitching is in different places. They're totally different styles. So anyway, I order a lot of these from Amazon or other places where I can find them. So this was a pair that was the actual pair that I liked. It's just hard to tell them apart because, like, the color names and the style names and then the sizes, like, sometimes, you know, they recommend sizing up or down. So anyway, this was a good pair. If you would like to try the jeans that I like, this was one of the ones that worked for me. And then going back to when we were talking about cleansing balms, this is the Dr. Althea Pure Grinding Cleansing Balm. And I forget where I heard about this, some like K-beauty influencer or something, but this seemed really interesting, the grinding aspect. So it actually kind of works like a manual pencil sharpener almost. You sort of give it a twist and it, like, I guess there's like a solid of the, you know, the product inside, and you twist it and just like a little coil grinds out of a little slot on the top, which seems cool and it seems like a good way to like make sure you're getting the right amount. I ended up not loving it. I mean, it works fine. The product itself is fine. I just don't really like that grinding mechanism. It was kind of a pain. When I got to the end, like, I don't think there's really a way to open it, so I don't know if I got all the product out of the container or what. So like, it was fine, but I'm not gonna fall for the grinding gimmick again. And then we have the Amazon Essentials V-neck sweater. I have a million of these. For some reason I didn't have a black one, so ordered it in black, and that was, I guess, the last one that I ever ordered. So I do like them. I would go, I guess, like true to size, whatever it says your size is, but you can go up or down if you want it more fitted or more loose. I like them a little more loose and a little longer on me, but it's just like a very nice V-neck, plain, lightweight sweater. So, you know, it's just easy to throw on, and you could put something over it if you want, dress it up or down, whatever. Like I said, I have a bunch of them. I'm not shopping on Amazon currently, but if I were, you know, I'd buy it in all my favorite colors. And last but not least, I know I've talked about this a million times on this channel. This is the Skin 79 Gold BB Super Plus BB Balm that I have been using for years and years. It's like my everyday makeup. It's, you know, moisturizer, foundation, SPF in one, and you know, that's the one thing that I always keep restocking on. Definitely recommend it, and you've heard me talk about it before. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this and found it useful. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. If you want to hear about how I've been shopping for the past year or so, I'm happy to do another video about that as well, because like I said, I've been kind of avoiding Amazon, but if you're not, links are below, and I hope that my reviews were helpful to you. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.